Tabisun Njoroge is my name, a counseling psychologist by profession. Thank you for joining me again to this channel. And today I'd like us to speak about loss and grief. And when we look at loss is something that has happened to each one of us. And we only think about losing people, or in other words, death. But loss comes in various ways. It can come with the loss of identity, it can come with the loss of a job, it can come with the loss of a pet, it can come with the loss of a personal belonging that really meant a lot to you. It can come with anything that was of significance to an individual. And every person grieves. And grieving is that emotion, the emotion that comes after you have lost something. And I'd like us to discuss what are some of the things that happen when we lose someone, or when we lose that thing, or when we lose our identity. And I know you have probably read of people like Kubler-Ross, you have read of the 4 tasks of grief, you have read of other ways of as to how people grieve. And looking at some of I'll quote Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, and she looked at 5 stages that people go through, and it begins by denial. And denial, that aspect of you not believing that something has actually happened. Then the person gets angry, then we start bargaining, and a lot of questions come. Then someone may find themselves in a state of depression, and finally acceptance. But all this doesn't happen systematically. It can move from one phase to another phase, and depending, or rather looking at the meaning that you had attached to that particular thing or that particular person whom you have lost, that's when you begin the process of trying to look at where am I in my loss, where am I in my grieving. And at times people tell us accept. People are quick to tell us don't cry. But for me, I actually encourage people, if you feel like crying, cry. If you feel like talking about it, talk. If you feel like remembering those memories that you had with that person, that is the way to heal. And grief is unique to everyone. Let no one quicken you to get over it. Take your time. Take your time to go through the process. Take your time to go through the entire system, to go through the entire process of that pain. Feel the pain. Allow yourself to go through the process. However, even as you're going through the process, if you start noticing that there's some aspects of your life that are being affected, like you're feeling you don't want to be around people, you're starting to feel like life is losing its meaning, you're feeling like you cannot move from where you are at, you feel like you cannot eat, and those feelings of sadness tend to be more than moments of you remembering the memories you had with the person and looking at life at a more open space. You actually need help. And loss is something that is really intense, and at times people um, have, find themselves maybe into substances, or they find themselves into underlying mental conditions, not knowing that the root cause was loss. And loss is a topic that many people don't like talking about. And at times we wonder, how can I go to a counselor and share about something, or share about how I'm feeling, or how can I open up that I've actually been abusing the substances, and when I wake up in the morning thinking that my pain will go away, it actually comes, or it's actually still there. And my main focus today on this video, as even we talk about loss, is, are you ready to seek help? Are you ready to talk to someone? Are you ready to write about it? Are you ready to look for ways in which you can cope? Healthy ways in which you can cope with the loss. And even in this period, even in a period of you losing a job that was providing for you, a job that was giving you so much satisfaction, and you wake up in the morning and you find yourself you're no longer at work, you're not receiving your pay at the end of the month, what is the next step? Where do you begin? Again, go through the process. And it is important to go through the process. And I will do another video of the 4 tasks of how can you go through the mourning period, even as you're going through the loss. How else can you identify? How else can you pick the details of your loss and still pick yourself up? I hope that we are going to share this. We are going to share with our families. We are going to share with our friends. We are going to talk even to children, because even children experience loss. And at times we think that they don't know what is happening, but actually they are going through their own process of grieving. And we need to accommodate them. We need to listen to them. We need to cry with them. We need to talk about how they are feeling. And one big step as to how you can start dealing with a loss is acknowledging your feelings, acknowledging that today I'm feeling sad, acknowledging that I don't know how I'm going to live another day without this person who has left a big mark in my life. And that is the first step. And go through the process. Again, I will emphasize, go through the process. And if you find yourself you're having difficulties trying to pin in, or rather think about what is actually going on, let's embrace counseling. Talk to someone. And I am available. If you like to book your sessions, email me on tskibera@gmail.com. I am located at Kenyatta Drive in Nanyuki. However, if you're not in Nanyuki, that does not mean that you cannot seek my services. I can as well refer you to a counselor who is near you, and let's make our nation, or rather let's make each other comfortable to share about what we are going through. Thank you very much for listening. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this content. I would like you to also give comments as to other counseling issues that you feel you would like me to tackle on these videos. And thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful afternoon. Have a wonderful evening, depending on the time that you're going to be viewing this video. Thank you. And remember that all of us go through loss differently, and do not be in a hurry to get over it. Go through the process. Kwaherini sana, and bye-bye.